Go away, pleb! Hey guys, welcome to Rotor Riot. Chad here, aka FinalGlideAUS. And the boys are inside. Let's get in there and get started. So, FinalGlideAUS here. Who we got over here?
Tommy, UmmaGawd, go.
Mr. Steele.
What the?
I want to tell you about these stupid receivers right here and these motors right here, and I don't know what that is, but we're gonna cut it open and gut it right in
That's
front
what
of you.
these are for. So essentially, dudes, what we've got is we've got a whole heap of 180 quads. We're going to talk about the 180 scene.
And then we're gonna use these scissors.
I don't like 180 quads. I'm not that fond of them. I know Steele doesn't like them all
Can't
that
carry
much.
this.
But thankfully, I like them.
What's this? Can't do it. I'm sorry, but it just doesn't work.
That's always been my biggest issue with them. They will fly, but they don't fly as well, in my opinion, with GoPros. But this is what we're going to test out.
And then collectively, we'll all pick a few components and put one of these together, and then they're gonna fly it and they're gonna fall in love with it.
The goal is to get Chad and I to like 180s, and I don't know if that's gonna happen.
My goal is to get him to dislike 180s.
Ain't gonna happen.
Let's have a look at the frames. What frames have we got?
This is the X-Hover MXP 180.
180. And I believe this has come pre-built from Daniel at X-Hover.
You'll see that it's got a 2-layer design, and that's because this allows the battery to sit actually a little bit closer to the prop line, which in my opinion gives it much better flight characteristics. That and this thing's pretty much indestructible.
When I went to a 180 quad, I went to like a 2204 or 2205 Cobra.
And that's why he doesn't like it, because
So-
that's not the way to go.
This,
You get all of the weight of a 5-inch prop without the 5-inch prop thrust.
Well, let's talk about our next frame, which is the tweaker, 4-inch frame.
Got 2 more frames. We've got
Oh, use the scissors.
scissors alert,
Got
scissors
it,
alert.
got it.
There we go. The QAV 180. So essentially, my understanding, the QAV 180 is the same as the 210, just with 4-inch arms.
Correct.
Yep. And
So-
probably a little stronger because the arms are smaller.
Yeah. The QAV 180 and the tweaker, to me, these are both the same quad.
It's the same geometry.
It's the same
arm
geometry.
layout's just a little different, but that's it.
The weight distribution is kind of the same, so I would think that these two are going to fly fairly similar.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one.
I don't agree, because when your thrust is pulling these arms, these bend. I mean, I can bend this thing. I don't,
Yeah, but these bend too.
not as much as these.
I'm stronger
Bend
than
that. Bend that.
you. Okay.
Guys.
This is a different pattern. It's gonna flex the arms completely differently and put a little bit more strain on the frame itself.
But I also guarantee you that if you build it the right way with 1306 motors, that it's not gonna generate enough thrust to
Well,
actually
yeah,
bend.
I would be probably agreeing with you there, Tommy. I mean, with the amount of thrust you're getting out of something like that, the amount of bending in the frame would be minimal. But hey, it's worth checking out.
Hey, you know what? Let's talk about our last frame, the Alien 4-inch, which is a stubby little nugget.
The interesting thing I think is very key with a 180 size quad is weight becomes a lot more of an important factor. So every gram that you can get off on a 180 size quad is a lot more than every gram you can get off on, say, a 5 or a 6-inch quad.
The whole reason to go to a 180, in my opinion, is for the lightweight. That way nothing breaks, it's a lot more nimble in the air, and everything for it's a lot cheaper. I mean, if you
So
go
what
with
you're saying is like flying without a GoPro.
No,
And that was one of my,
Right, I think we are up to frame decisions. We don't have time to fly all of these, so we're going to pick
one frame.
frame.
Everyone's gonna say what frame they like on the count of 3.
3, 2, 1.
QAV. What'd you say?
MXP.
What did we say?
QAV.
All right, QAV wins.
I think it's going to go along smoothly. So
okay, fine, but
we've
the
got
next big
Can
decision...
I comment?
No.
no.
Okay.
Now the next big thing though that's going to make a huge difference in all this is what motor we choose. We got the 1306 setup, which would be my choice. So let's go build something that you guys want.
Alright,
Let's just go see what's up.
I am gonna say that John has been raving about these motors, John being schizo. These are 1806 2500 kV.
2500 kV is probably the lowest kV you want to go on 4S for a 4-inch quad. So 1806s, I've got to say I'm impressed with the quality of these Lumia motors. They're very, very well made, smooth. So what's the weight of these? These are what, about 19 grams, 20
No,
grams?
more like
22.
22.
22 versus that.
That right there is 12 grams. What props do we got?
What do we got?
Oh god.
Gem fan 4x4.5.
They're Gimfen.
Ben fan.
These are German, right? Gimfen.
Well, look, okay, we've got that. ESCs. What do we got in the choice of ESCs? We've got
I'm
multi-stars.
I'm
Sorry.
but
They're going over there.
we're gonna have to use these. Even if they start 3 forest fires and Smokey comes to our house and kills us all. What video transmitter? Obviously the biggest and most reliable one we could find.
Yep.
The Immersion 600.
Receiver?
The only one that's usable right now, unless you're just crazy and you want to run mad latency, which is the X4R.
So what do we got in the way of?
Hold on. Let's see what these are. Well, first of all, we can throw that out.
Yeah, camera. We don't even need to worry about that.
That little tiny one with the mic.
What?
Yeah, let's go look for it.
Where is it?
I don't. It's gone. It disappeared.
Not that one.
Wait. So where's the camera? Is it in here? It's in here.
See?
Look at this.
Look.
So okay, look, I'm with you, Tommy. I think we use this.
Okay, good.
And the batteries we'll be using are these 1,000 milliamp 4S packs, 60C from Lumineer. They're pretty heavy. I'm guessing like 110 grams. And I will recommend for everyone that's making a 180 frame, since weight is such a factor, please don't give us cast iron bolts.
The difference between that and that is quite noticeable, especially on a 180 size quad.
So a flight controller, everybody's gonna
don't cut it in half.
This is an SP racing board. I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm a fan of it working for me, but I'm not a fan of how it was put together or the little Pico blade connectors.
Definitely we're running F3 chips then, is what we're saying.
F3 is good, but it's not necessarily needed.
Right, because just to say, this one is a NAS 32 running an F1 chip.
You disable the accelerometer, you'll get the same performance.
We're trying to get
I will say that if you disable the accelerometer, you can go down to 1,000 on the F3 and you can't on the NAS. You can only go to 1,200 on loop time.
Oh yeah, if you're running clean flight.
Or
we can run beta flight and drop it down to 1 kilohertz.
We will probably be running 1.9.
We are going to build the Quav 180
with 1,300. No, not 1,300. 1306, 3100 kV motors.
You're the expert here, dude.
I know. With these props, GemFan 4045s.
And we're going to use a SP Racing F3 board.
And to power that board, because it doesn't have an onboard regulator, we're going to be using these Polulu circuits, probably the 5 volt for the flight controller, and then honestly, I think our camera's 5 volts too, and then our VTX, it may be 5 volts, it may not be.
That's got 5 volt out, so we can run 5 volt off that. We may even have a smaller VTX that we can possibly use, but we'll update you when we get that.
Yep.
We're using S-Bus receiver, KISS 18 amp ESCs.
And then we're going to power it with this heavy 1000 because I really think we should be going with an 850. But hey, we're going to go with what we've got.
You're already making excuses, dude. This is not
We've already stripped all that extra weight by using other cameras.
Pulling out facts. That's all I'm doing.
So let's go.
Let's go.
Cool.
Not this one. This one.
Come on, Steele!
Welcome to Rotor Riot. This is P. Shaw.
Woo-hoo! Yeah, that was terrible. Hey, Tommy. Group hug.
Steele, are you arguing with Chad?
Chad.
Yeah, wait, what? Okay, so we're doing the ESCs. Steele wants to do the ESCs off the frame. I want to solder it on the frame. So we do things quite differently. But you're doing the soldering, so we'll do it your way. That's what I normally do. I put it on there, I cut it to length, then I take it off the frame, solder it, but then everything's
That's
the right
right.
length. So we're actually, we're arguing
I measure, and then I take it off and solder it all.
Yeah, that's what I do.
You, I do it differently.
Found three.
What I have to work with right here. These two.
Give me the motor. Yeah, give me
What'd you do with the third one?
Is anybody hungry?
There's the third one.
Give me a fourth one.
So this is the MXP 180 that came put together already, but in the spirit of trying to save weight, we are trying to use this VTX because it's very lightweight. We should be able to just do a quick hot swap, do a quick A/B test, easy as that. Now, take it off. Yeah, I don't know what else to say right now.
Chad. I bruise like a banana. That's all I gotta say.
So how long have we been at this for? 2 hours. 2 hours. We're pretty much done.
We're about to fly this beast.
We just built the quad!
It's a 180 degree, no, it's 180 millimeters from motor to motor. It's a QAV. We built it in 2.5 hours. It's got KISS 18s on it. It's got DYS 3100 kV 1306s. It's got the smallest 600 TV line camera I've ever seen in my life. It's got some weird, sketchy 600 milliwatt transmitter. And
it's the VTX we grabbed off the X-Hover build just because it was smaller and more practical to use than the Immersion RC one.
And I don't know what these props are, but they're 4x4.5.
40-45 Gen vanes. I think this is gonna fly fantastic. Fantastic. And these guys are gonna be blown away. Except until maybe they throw the GoPro on.
I think I'm going to enjoy flying it with that at that kind of weight, but I think when I put the GoPro on, I'm going to go, yeah, I remember this.
Actually, I don't know. I don't think it's going to fly that well the way it is, because I don't know about the 1306 motors.
I've never built a quad in 2.5 hours. That's
Let's see if it
of.
flies.
Let's do it.
We don't even know if it hovers yet.
Oh, look at that bounce back.
Bounce back.
Oh yeah, it needs a lot of D.
Looked like it was a little bit underpowered, and in my opinion,
it felt underpowered.
So, I mean, a little bit underpowered. We're not even going to have don't even have the GoPro on there, so that'll be interesting to test that out. When Steele was doing flips and rolls, when he stopped the roll or the flip, it was actually bouncing a couple of times, and that's intuitive of not enough D. So just bumping that up a bit. It's looking a bit better. So essentially what Steele's doing at the moment is he's giving really quick control movements in roll and pitch on low throttle and seeing what's happening there. So that's where you're going to start tuning. So we're seeing how it's reacting.
I think it's got too much D and the speed's not high enough.
So how well it reacts to your input and how fast and clean it stops afterwards.
You could bump up P more.
Bump y'all up a little bit.
We like P.
11.1. Yeah, 11.1. Look, screw you, I'm going 11.5. How's that sound?
Yeah,
Let's live a little. Let's live a little.
It's better. Do a roll.
I think it's pretty good considering what we want to achieve.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, considering we're going to stick a GoPro on there as well, which is going to totally screw up all our settings once again.
Dang, this thing's quiet. Oh god, the field of view.
Yeah. Yeah, that wide field.
Ah! It's like a fish bowl. I can't. Ah! Dude, this is serious.
Yeah. It's too wide.
I have no idea where I am.
When you do a flip or anything like that, it just really wigs you out.
The quad is tuned okay. It kind of flies like a 5-inch quad. Let's see how long the hang time is. I don't even know if I'm falling. I'm not.
What's that supposed to mean?
I was like upside down for a month.
What's the power like? Do you feel like you can do a dive underneath a tree and pull out of
It
the...
actually feels less powerful than a 5-inch setup with a GoPro on it. I can say, I don't know, if the price range was like a lot less than a 250, then I would say it's probably worth it. But I don't really know if that's the case. I mean, the batteries are a little cheaper. The motors are a little cheaper if you're running 1306s.
And then 850 size battery is cheaper.
Oh, tree!
Okay, how would you feel if this thing was about?
Holy shit! Oh god, there's not enough camera angle for this. Knife edge through a tree, I've never flown in the quad before. Yeah. Someone want to open their legs? I was trying to get out of there. I'll fly it with my GoPro on it. Adjusting things.
Right, time for Steele to give the QAV2 180 a test with GoPro on.
What? Let me know if my GoPro flies off.
I'm watching.
You're good.
Just don't crash.
It actually is a little nicer with the GoPro on it. I'm a little higher in throttle and it's a little slower, but let's see what it does here. Oh yeah, that feels like nothing has power. But actually, I take that back. It flies much better with the GoPro on it for some reason.
The weight. How is it recovering compared to a 5-inch? Is it no?
Whoa!
Yeah, okay, like that. So you're having to give full throttle?
Full throttle,
Yeah.
but it actually gave more power than I was used to.
Yeah.
I'm not hating on it. I like it. I just prefer a 5-inch setup.
Well, to me, my whole issue is, what is this doing right now that the 5-inch can't already provide? The only downside to a 5-inch really to me is a bit more price, but
Yeah.
if you're getting this far into it, another $100 is really not a big issue in my opinion.
I like it. I agree with Tommy. I think it actually carries a GoPro really well. You're a little higher in the rev range, like I'm at 70, probably 60% throttle right now cruising. It still has a little bit of punch out power. But the thing is with these motors, it's like a VTEC engine, like the power band's at the top. So you still have more power. It's not like you're tapping out the power supply, where with like a 5-inch quad, you're chilling super low and you punch out and you're not really gonna get all those RPMs because I don't think it has enough time for the prop to spin up that fast.
Oh, there's ducks.
You are gonna dunk the quad. And we knew that was gonna happen. So if you were building this, Tommy, what would you have done different?
I would just run an 850 battery.
Yep.
And in my opinion, that 30-40 grams,
Yep.
just about, will probably make all the difference.
That is so quiet when it's idling.
Okay, yeah, this field of view is scary.
Yeah.
I can't tell which way I'm going.
Oh God.
Where is this thing? You're like super far away.
That's because
I found another.
I feel like I can see the other side of the world right now.
I've thought of another downside to the 180. They're that small, they're even harder to find in long grass when you crash.
This is lacking power. This is not like the 180 that I've got. This is like 75% of the power that mine has. Like this is full throttle.
And there's no reason the ESCs are having issues cooling.
No, I wouldn't. Definitely not that.
They're just exposed.
Yeah.
Let me pop up over and look at the sun here. And then, yeah, that's not good. Let's get back down.
Yeah.
But the light change is not that bad.
Is it whiting out on you when you're looking into the bright?
Yeah, what happens is the sky just turns white, the ground turns black.
I only saw it for a second, but it seemed worse than the cameras that I'm used to using. And that's the kind of thing that is annoying if that's going to detract from my. Oh!
Not expecting that.
Yeah.
And we're done.
Tommy, you liked it, but you said that it had less power than your setup?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Steele, you kind of changed your mind a little bit? You enjoyed it?
I enjoyed it with the GoPro on it.
Yeah.
I could see it flying. Like, the only place I could ever see it working really well would be indoors.
It's like I said, there's not one quad that is best in all areas. There's not one setup that reigns supreme. So it's got its spots. So I think it's worthwhile seeing whether or not it fits with the style of flying that you want to do. So
I would say the same. I definitely think if you're getting into the hobby and you want something that flies really well but isn't going to take that much expense when you crash, because obviously that thing weighs so little it doesn't even break a prop when you hit the ground.
And at the end of the day too, it's worthwhile noting, are you having fun with what you're flying? Who cares what size you're flying, what power? If you're enjoying it, then it suits you.
These ducks are coming in hot.
Oh my goodness, we got some
They're coming to attack the quad. I think we better go save the quad before they attack it. So
if you guys got any questions, or if you guys have any comments, maybe you weren't trying the right setup. Yeah. Leave a comment, subscribe, like, give us some ideas, and we'll see you next time.
we want to hear from you. So what do you reckon? Let's go inside. I'm cold. Let's fiddle with this some more. I'm going to change over to mode 1.
Duck!
I'm going to fly that.
I'm gonna go look at the ducks.
Cool.
Ducks! Let there be light.
Hey, and you're sideways.